So today we are going to practice what we have learned in the previous videos in R itself. Today we are going to talk about flow control statements. These statements are used when you want to run a command or a set of commands only when a condition is fulfilled. There are three kinds of flow control statements: if statement, while statement, and for statement. We are going to look at them one by one. So here I have used a data frame which I have also used in my previous videos. So this is a data frame. Okay. Now if I want to print entries of a particular column, what I am going to do, print within brackets, I will mention the data frame, dollar sign, and then I will give the column name, and it will give me all the entries in the name column. Okay, now I have generated all the entries in the name column. Now, what if I want to actually generate these entries only if a particular condition is met? So I will use the if statement. If within brackets, now I will mention a condition. For example, I will mention that right. So now here I am mentioning that the condition is that at row 2, that is this row, and column 4 is this, that means the entry is this. If this entry is equal to USA, then the command will run, otherwise it won't. Okay, I will copy paste this command in the brackets. You can see the indentation is automatically coming. This is the indentation which I have explained about, that you have to give some space before at the left side. So often that space will be after curly brackets. When you go to the left line, this go to the another line, then this will be the space you're giving. So let me run this. Okay, now you can see, since my condition was met, that this entry is USA, it will give me the entries in the name column. For example, I am doing this, and the condition is not met because now I have changed the row into first row. So here the entry is India and not USA. So what will happen in that case? Now nothing will happen because it will run the command and says the the condition has not been fulfilled. It will not give me any result. What happens that we can use if in combination with else statement. Else statement. Okay, now I will, instead of printing name column, I will print something else. For example, I will print ID column. There is an ID column, right? ID column I will print. Okay. So first I want you to look at, if I'm using if and else statement together, then what will happen? So what will happen as a flow, that if the if condition is true, then it will do whatever happens in the if condition. But when the if condition is not true, it will automatically jump to else statement. So else statement by default means that you have to execute the commands written in the else statement when the if statement conditions are not met. So here I have again changed it to 2, 4, where the condition of if statement is met. So again, when I will run this, I will get the entries of the name column. So it will run it. If it will not run the else command, it will not give me the ID because the if statement has come true. Now I am again changing the if statement condition in a way that it will not be met. Now it is not met and I will run it again. So it will give me the ID column, not the name column, because if statement is not met, so it will not go into the curly brackets and run this statement. It will directly jump to the else and it will run the statement whatever it is in the else code. Another thing we can do is, another combination we use is if, else if, and else statement. What happens is that, as I have said, that when you are using if statement, then you can use else statement with it, and by default it will mean that the if condition is not met. what if you want to check another condition in case if condition is not met? So in that case you can use else if statement. Okay, now I have made this written this script of if else if and else statement. So first let's see if the else condition, if when the if condition will be met, then it will not go to else if or else. Okay, now let's run this and we will see that it is printing the name column. Now let's make it false. Now the if condition is not met, as we have previously seen. In else if statement, what I have said that this entry, let's go back, this entry is India. Now what will happen that when the if condition will not be met, then it will directly jump to the else if statement. Now since that condition is met, then it will give me the location. Okay, let's run this. Now see, now I am getting the location. Now if I make this condition also false, okay, now then it will jump to else statement. It will give me the IDs. So this is how if else and if else statements work. Now let's go to another flow control statement, that is for loop. Now the basic idea of for loop is if you want to run your command multiple number of times, then what will you do? So in that case, what we do is we use the for command. In case of for loop, we will mention in brackets x in 1 colon 5. Now x can be any value. You can use abc, you can use I, anything. You can even use your own name in this. It wouldn't matter. In 1 colon 5 is you are actually mentioning the number of times that you want the for loop to run. Okay, this is how you mention 1 colon 5, 1 2 3 4 5 it will take. So now what will happen, that it will run this command 5 times. So we will get the entries in the name column 5 times. Let's run this and see, we have 5 entries in this column of this name column. Now what if I am going to nest the for loop? So what I will do is I will write another for loop command in this. For I will use, let's use name John in, okay, there is something, okay, John in 1 colon 2. Okay, now I will add the curly brackets. I will cut and paste this command. Okay, now what will happen? Let's run this command and we will see that the name column entries has been written for 10 times. Now what exactly happens when you run this for loop in this nested way? Okay, so let's do it here. So what will happen, first it will take the value of x as 1. Okay, and it will go inside the curly braces where the next for loop is waiting for it. So now John is the next thing. So value of John will be 1. Now it will, because according to this for loop should run twice. So what will happen, with value of x is equal to 1, in the next loop value of John will become 2. So this for loop will run twice while this x has the value of 1. Okay, now what will happen when you will go, when this John for loop has been completed, this loop has been completed, it will go back to the first loop where the value of x will be now 2 and the value of John, then it will again come back into this second loop and here the value of John will be 1 again, and then again with the value of x to be 2, the value of John will become 2 again, and that is how it will keep running until the value of x has ended. Okay, This is how we will get 10 entries. 10 times the name column will be given. That's all for today. If you liked the video, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.